what he wants is the work. I blamed myself before, madam, because I found some certain reason why the action was commensurate with my action. And so, Your Excellency, I want to say that you have demonstrated leadership. In agriculture, where I superintend today, I can boldly say that agriculture is a success in Ebonyi State because the Bible said that men perish for lack of knowledge. Today, every Ebonyian is itching to be an agriculturist. Everybody wants to own a farm. That is the target. Once we drive our force towards knowledge of what we can gain from agriculture, it means we have succeeded. And I want to make bold to say that for 3 years now, you have maintained first in investment in agriculture in the whole Federation of Nigeria, and I have maintained the best commissioner in agriculture in the whole country.
Thank you.
The awards are there. And we want to say thank you for giving us opportunity to work with you, to be part of this history. We shall look forward to continue to partner with you. Thank you, Excellency.
Dr. Obinna Wachuku, Deacon Commissioner for Finance.
Your Excellency, our dear Governor, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, the leaders of states, the Ebonyi State who are here seated, my colleagues, the gentlemen of the press. Your Excellency, this is a very wonderful day for me. There is a saying that whatever that has a beginning must have an end. On 29th May 2015, this administration came to be. And today, we are bound out for the first tenure. Your Excellency, I serve in the Ministry of Finance. And Ministry of Finance is a service ministry and the engineering house of the engineering ministry of the state. Your Excellency, with all my experience in educational environment, with all my experience as a civil servant, when I came close to you, I discovered I have not learned anything. Sometimes when I interact with you and I get back home, I'll go back and look for bookkeeping textbooks, like a tukudo. I start making some research. One thing that happened to me, which I will never forget, is that before now, when I close work, when I was a civil servant, when I was in the house, when I was in the local government, after work I go home and I sleep like a baby. But these days it's not possible. Sometimes I wake up late in the midnight to research because I'll be afraid His Excellency may call me and ask me to come by 9 a.m. And if I go there, he must fault me. Because you always are hate. No matter how you prepare, you can't stand him. If you're a medical doctor and you meet him, you will know you have met a professor in medicine. If you're an accountant and you meet him, you know you have met a professor in accountancy. At the time I said, how best am I going to do this work? At the time I was shivering, but along the line I prayed, I said, God give me courage. Because I just discovered that the man I'm working with has all the qualities you can think of. He's a David. He has the qualities of David. He has the qualities of Solomon. Because he has the unction of leadership. And he has the wisdom to lead. Sometimes I ask myself, it's like this man have set aside all the things he's going to do for these 4 years. Because as you are coming, he's dishing out everything. But one good thing, Your Excellency, I must tell you, is that you have become a master key to everybody from Ebonyi State.
Thank you. Thank you.
That key opens every door.
Thank you.
Each time I get to Abuja, every office I go to and I introduce myself, Commissioner for Finance, Ebonyi State, the door is open. They say, how is your governor? How is that transforming governor? How is that infrastructure governor? And that makes the difference. Just recently I was at the airport, sitting with one man. I don't know him, he doesn't know me. But because I received a call from my SA, and I told him I'm already at the airport, that by afternoon, this afternoon, I will be in the office. My afternoon is afternoon flight. I didn't even know when I said I will be in Abakaliki before so time. After the call, the man turned and asked me, are you from Ebonyi? I said, yes. He said, who are you? I said, I'm Commissioner for Finance, Ebonyi. He said, that's it. That's #1 state in this nation. How is their government? And fortunately, the man is an ambassador. He brought out his card. He gave to me. I said, do you have your own? Give me. Ebonyi have become #1 state in the country. He said it.
Thank you. Time up. Thank you.
And Excellency, this is what you promised Ebonyans when you came on seat.
Thank you.
So we say thank you for rewriting the history of this state and for taking us to a greater height. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner for Budget, Professor Ogbonnaya. After that, Commissioner for Local Government, Barrister Koronko.
Your Excellency, Executive Governor, your Deputy Governor, and leaders of our state, honorable members of ESCO, I stand here this afternoon to say a few words on my experience as an ESCO member under Governor David Nwezomai. I will be fast about it. I remember that on 30th June 1982, we took our further mathematics exam in the exam hall. After that, we never met until 9th of June 2016. He sent a call. I was on the hospital bed, and he said, I have appointed you SSA on investment. Get out from that your sick bed and start coming. I said, this is military command. I said, Your Excellency, please give me 1 more week to recover. He gave me up to 15th. On 10th, he said, no, on 11th, he said, no, start coming now, I have an assignment for you. I came. And when I came, I didn't find it funny to tell you the fact, because the environment was quite different from what I know in the university system, having been in the university for 29 years. So at a stage, I feel like running away. He never knew. Only the deputy governor, I went to him and said, I want to go back. Deputy governor is here, I'm not lying. I said, I want to go back. He said, what I said, this kind of thing. He said, no, cool down. You will blend very soon. I went to Weke, PS. He said, my brother, just take it cool. You will see and adjust. So one day, the governor invited me to Ubru. Maybe he has forgotten. When I got there, he said, follow me. We were walking around the compound. We were just talking, only 2 of us. The ADC and the EQUE were a little behind us. We were just talking, he was telling me certain things. Then after that, I was able to acclimatize. Now, I can now say that, yes, I am proud of him. Very, very proud of him. Anytime I pass from Onweke to Onitsha, my heart leaps with joy on that road alone. Because on 2014, I spent 2.5 hours from Onitsha to Abakaliki. But now we do it at 8 minutes from Abakaliki to my compound in Onitsha. This is one of the things my soul blesses him every time I pass on that road. Apart from every other thing he has done. Now, my day of greater joy in ESCO, or in this government, was 18th of October 2018, when the second fertilizer blending plant, under my watch, produced the first bag of fertilizer. That automated fertilizer plant is one of the things I can always say is my achievement. Because I remember the land. He came there one day. He could not enter the land because of the smell of excreta. He said, so the shit I said too much. But on that day, on the same building, well done, we were now able to begin to roll fertilizers. But my worst day in this school was on 15th of May 2019. We had for it, and what we had done. I went to him and said, this
Time
is
up.
negative. So one of the things I miss in ESCO, Your Excellency, is the yabadabadu of any day we come to ESCO. I'm not speaking in tongues, it's an English word. Yabadabadu means expression of happiness and excitement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Professor of Engineering. Actually, we were schoolmates in Government College Afibo. Commissioner for Local Governments, the man we call Professor Barrister Okoronkwo Samuel. After you will be Commissioner for Human Capital Development.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, my most wonderful colleagues, members of the 40th State of the Rim.
All protocol in place. 1 more minute.
Your Excellency, you are a university of limited scope, but limitless intellectual capacity. Incidentally, by mortal coincidence, we are meant to spend 4 years here, which is an approximation of what you spend in the university in some courses, especially law. Excellency, it has been one of my greatest wishes in life that I have been closer to you in this way than the time I met you, because you have influenced our private lives in the course of doing the job. Your Excellency, we are proud of you. Mine is on 3 capacities. That this is a wonderful gift from my own local government to the entire world, to Nigeria, to Ebonyi State. Your Excellency, we are proud of you because you have done so extremely well that any member of this wonderful assembly will stand up any day to say, I was part of this success story. Your Excellency, I've always made a very vertical historical reflection of our position. Anytime you drive your jeep, any of us here, if you stop in any garden, they will be hailing you, thanking you, thanking you. Your Excellency, in Imo State, 3 commissioners went for a ceremony. Before they could come to where they parked their car, their whole 3 cars were all smashed by those who are not happy with that administration. But reverse is the case here. We are so proud of you, Excellency. Excellency, there's no other.
It was not the administration they were not happy with. The administration did very well.
Yes. Excellency, there's one other aspect of our chapter of understanding and relationship, and that is my humble appeal. If by any reason of human frailty we found not wanting, it was not intentional. Not at all. Every person who belongs to this assembly strives to make sure he meets the expectation. But Your Excellency, without being executive.
Why is this clapping so loud?
Your Excellency, let me confess, as a Catholic Church member of a good number of years of worship, you do not belong to our modern hemisphere. You are far away from your age, from your present position. So that as you are thinking, do know that we are ordinary mortals of communal person. So finally.
Time up.
Yes, finally, you've laid a wonderful foundation. Foundation of justice, foundation of fairness, foundation of brotherhood in the state. Keep it up. God will surely give you a greater opportunity to serve this country and humanity.
Thank you. Commissioner for Human Capital Development. After that, we have Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Gonaj.
Your Excellency, my boss, ESCO members. Excellency, I stand here to give God all the glory for the 4 square years that you gave me the opportunity to serve as commissioner under the Akobaro administration. 2 years from 2015, I was commissioner for agriculture and natural resources. Exactly 2 years after, Your Excellency did graciously, and by your wisdom, shift me to the ministry now called Human Capital Development and Monitoring. I can say it has been very amazing and eventful. My experience are really something gratifying. As Commissioner for Agriculture, Your Excellency, you made me to know that I could do a lot of things that I didn't know by virtue of my profession. We were able to go through the issue of 1 man, 1 hectare. You introduced that. You introduced the issue of dry season farming. That never happened in Ebonyi State, and I'm not a farmer by profession. But you made me to go through that. And that was the first time Ebonyi went into dry season farming, and I learned my lessons. Your Excellency, so many things, reactivation of the rice mill. We started it. You gave me the direction, and I did that. Your Excellency, that made Ebonyi to have the biggest rice milling industry in the whole of Africa. Your Excellency, you made me to also procure more rice mills, 4 number, and even cassava plants. Your Excellency, even shortly before I left the Ministry of Agriculture, you made me to establish the mushroom farm, which was continued after I had departed. Your Excellency, I can say that in the Ministry of Human Capital Development, 2 things that I did, monitoring and evaluation, I got inspiration from you. You know everything about monitoring, evaluation, as the only way we can achieve objective of any program. And I had to learn from you, and it did help me a lot. Also, personal ideas and creative ideas. I learned all that from you, sir. Your Excellency, I must boldly say it in public here, that in all the ministries, all the achievements you have made, you introduced it. You are the brainchild. We go after you, we just follow you. And you make all the necessary initiatives, and we go out, we follow you. So we thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, finally, who is the man David Mwezomai? Your Excellency, I describe you in 4 terms: education, experience, and also exposure. But the most important thing, Your Excellency, is the passion you have. That is what makes the difference. I remember when we were in China, we were in a train. I was sitting adjacent to Your Excellency. All of a sudden, I saw somebody praying. And what I was hearing was a man who was saying, God, make me to develop Ebonyi State the way China is. Your Excellency, when you were talking, I shedded tears. This is the kind of a passionate leader we have. And that is exactly what makes you different from other governors. You go outside, you come back. You replicate whatever you have seen outside. That is the passion that governs your administration.
Thank you. Time up. Thank you. Thank
Finally.
You. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Barrister Ojuchenna, Commissioner for Human Capital Development. Mrs. Ugonachi, Commissioner for Commerce and Industry. After that, we hear from Engineer Francis Oji, Doctor, Ph.D.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, our revered elders, colleagues, permanent secretaries, members of the press. I must say I'm one of the luckiest persons to be in this room. I say that because I have had the singular privilege of passing through 3 administrations in various capacities. And I want to say that this present Executive Council, under the leadership of His Excellency, is the best that I have worked in. I say that because we have all come here